My background choice was not the best choice in the world because it's tending to, the green is tending to blend in with the green. So I think what I will do is try a different arrangement and see how that works. Try that. And in some cases, you may not need to show the whole arrangement. You might want to just kind of come in closely and get part of it. Just get like a vignette. Just turn it around. Oh, look at that.
There you go.
There you go. Now that's starting to, the magic is starting to happen there. You know, and like all these techniques, they're somewhat experimental, but like anything, the more you practice, the more you'll be able to know what's going to work, what colors, what arrangements are going to be the most effective for any particular technique. And you have to have a certain amount of contrast in the shot to make this effective.
That's what I'm trying to do right now.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Again, if you get the right elements in your shot, this can be really, really effective.
Bob, do you think it's better with brighter flowers on this technique, or maybe softer flowers? Or have you, which has worked better for you?
I think it can work either way. In fact, why don't we, let's see if we can bring in those orchids. Those are quite soft. Okay. I think it works equally well.
Yeah.
The difference between the foreground flower and the background is probably about 3 or 4 inches. So what's going to happen is everything that's closer to the glass is going to be sharper, and everything that's further back sort of becomes more ripply. And so you can kind of intentionally select what you want in focus and what you want to sort of ripple out of focus. It's kind of cool. I really see it all happening right here. I don't even really care much about what's happening, but sometimes I've used this. I've used this in my backyard, and we've got all kinds of interesting pottery and a lot of architectural, little garden architecture. And sometimes, again, all those shapes, those interesting geometric shapes, can add a lot to the picture, because what you have is you might have a very you might have a square or a rectangular pot that kind of accentuates the soft, curvy, delicate petals here, and when you put the two of them together, it can really be strong. Also, some of the foliage, you can kind of see what's happening. See how cool that looks? So if you get the right elements, and of course, it takes practice to really put it all together, you can really create some neat things. It has a watercolor look to it. In fact, the flyer, did you remember seeing the flyer?
Yeah.
That was done with this effect. And what I did was I shot gladiolas in a vase, and the gladiolas were red and white, and I can't remember what other color, but they had a lot of interesting texture, and it just really created an effect that I couldn't get any other way. I know that Photoshop has this glass ripple filter effect, but it doesn't do what this does. It's just, it looks a little bit artificial. This piece cost me about 30 bucks. It's not cheap, but
They give away the scraps.
that's a scrap.
Oh, you still have to pay for it?
Yeah. They don't give away this stuff.
Oh, no.
Plexiglass is really expensive. And go with a slightly wider aperture, because what's going to happen is if you've got a real wide depth of field, you might run the risk of getting this in focus, and you really don't want to focus on your glass. You want to focus on what's in back of your glass. So go with a fairly open f-stop, like f4, f2.8, f5.6, so that way your depth of field is a little bit shallower and you can select your focus better. You have to be careful because it is a reflective surface. So if you've got this position up, you can see, you start to see the glare of the sky. So you have to keep it fairly level and pay attention to what's in back of you.
Okay, I'll hold it now. You can do a shot. Want to do a shot?
Me?
Anybody.
Okay.
Take turns here.
1 second. Let me get Russell's little thingies on it.
Into each other, you tend to lose that effect.
Yeah.
So again, it's a lot has to do with the actual subject matter. What I think what you need here is you need more of an expansive bouquet, because here you've got a very compact bouquet, and I don't think it's going to be quite as.
Let me think. I need the circle to be smaller, so I guess move that closer to the camera, right? Would that make the circle smaller? Okay, yeah, put it closer to the tree. Oh yeah, okay. Even closer.
In the back. How's your finger doing? We're all right. Okay. Yeah, it goes to F6.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really don't come. If you don't come straight on from the plexiglass, but come at an